What if I told you that one of the most mysterious, open, and underpopulated states in the US is actually bigger than all of New England combined, but has fewer people than tiny Delaware? Welcome to New Mexico, a place where vast skies stretch over empty highways, towns sit quietly surrounded by desert, and silence isn't rare, it's the soundtrack. So why is New Mexico so isolated? Let's dig into the surprising geography and history behind its quiet towns. Chapter 1. Geography built for solitude. New Mexico is huge, the fifth largest state in the US by land area. But it ranks near the bottom in population density. Why? One big reason: the land itself. Much of New Mexico is made up of desert basins, rugged mountains, and high plateaus. While stunningly beautiful, these landscapes aren't easy to build on or farm. Many towns are separated by miles of arid terrain or harsh elevation changes. That's not exactly inviting for rapid growth. Temperatures can swing dramatically. Water is scarce, and many of the most isolated areas are federal lands, military installations, or protected parks. So while there's a lot of land, there's less livable space than you might think, and the state's layout encourages wide gaps between settlements. Chapter 2. A history of distance and culture. New Mexico's isolation isn't just natural, it's historical. Long before it was a U.S. state, it was part of the Spanish Empire. When Spanish explorers arrived in the 1500s, they didn't find lush river valleys or large cities. They found pueblos, deserts, and mesas. Colonial powers built small outposts, missions, and ranches, never large population centers. Even after becoming a U.S. territory in 1850 and then a state in 1912, New Mexico developed slowly. Major rail lines mostly bypassed it in favor of Texas or Arizona. In fact, to this day, only a handful of cities in the state have more than 50,000 people. And culturally, New Mexico has long embraced its unique identity. The blending of Native American, Hispanic, and Anglo traditions gave rise to towns that feel almost timeless, places that aren't trying to become the next Dallas or Denver. Chapter 3. Roads to nowhere? Not quite. Some parts of New Mexico seem so remote, people joke they fell off the map. But the infrastructure is there, just not as dense. Yes, there are long stretches of road with no gas stations in sight. But it's by design. Major highways like I-40 and I-25 do connect many cities, but between those cities, towns can be 50 or even 100 miles apart. The result is a feeling of isolation even when you're technically connected. And many areas are preserved on purpose. There are more than 30 state parks, 19 Native American pueblos, and massive stretches of federal land. New Mexico is also home to White Sands, Carlsbad Caverns, and the Gila Wilderness, one of the largest roadless areas in the continental U.S. Chapter 4. Isolation with benefits? All of this might sound like a drawback, but for many people, it's exactly the point. Artists, writers, retirees, and off-grid enthusiasts have flocked to New Mexico for generations. The light, the quiet, the wide open space, it's not emptiness, it's freedom. Towns like Taos, Silver City, and Truth or Consequences are small, yes, but they're full of personality. Even Albuquerque and Santa Fe, the two largest cities, retain a laid-back pace that sets them apart from other state capitals or metro areas. New Mexico is also surprisingly innovative. It's home to Los Alamos National Laboratory, Spaceport America, and key parts of the U.S. defense and tech industries, often tucked into remote areas where security and secrecy are easier to maintain. So why is New Mexico so isolated? It's a mix of things: dramatic terrain, deep history, cultural choices, and intentional preservation. But one thing is clear. New Mexico doesn't feel empty because something went wrong. It feels empty because that's the way it's always been, and for many people, that's exactly why they love it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and let us know in the comments what you think about New Mexico.